Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Yeah, this is the christening of the first show from my lab. It ain't finished, but I can't wait. So I'm out here in the cold doing what I do for you. Let's go. Right thinkers, I appreciate you tuning in. Check out your boy. Let's do this thing. Right, isn't 25 will live by. Storytelling, story with a message and a story for life. These are life lessons I'm giving them. All you gotta do is tune in and receive them and do what you do with it. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Getting to know yourself a little better. Yeah. Right thinkers' way of life through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. Right thinkers, that's our goal. And the question everybody should have an answer to, if not, need to get working. Know thyself. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not, foolish, disregard them. A person who knows not but know that they know not is simple. I can teach you, tune in. That's what I do for you in the lab too. A person who knows not and believe that they know, dangerous, avoid them, I do. A person who knows but knows not that they know is asleep. I can wake you up. Spiritual alarm clock, I'm here. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And to Maat, be true. You hear me use Maat. Today I introduced you to a word a couple of days ago called Samadhi. Samadhi is an undefinable word. They say it's a Sanskrit word, but it has a whole lot of meanings. My take on it is knowing thyself, becoming aware of who you are, learning your life lessons, and living them, and becoming a better you. That's a state of hotep, which is peace. You can become blissed out with peace from within, not outside world. Don't give you inner peace. Everything you want is inside you. Let's talk about it. Right thinkers, let's talk about, like Maya, Samadhi has to be experienced. Like God, I can talk till I get blue in the face of my experiences and my concepts of God. It won't mean nothing to you. You have to have your own experience. I have spiritual relationships because for all of us who believe in God, we're spiritually connected consciously. Okay, let's go. See, and I use the scales of Maya to keep balance in my life, to keep me on that level of understanding how to keep it straight. Samadhi. Inner workings, inner engineering, as Samadhi Guru says, inner engineering of yourself is what will get you where you want to go. It's inner engineering. When you're at inner hotep peace, aka inner engineering, bliss, that's also considered samadhi. Now, how you obtain and reach samadhi, like spiritual enlightenment, don't make a difference to me. But when you reach it, you have it, you understand it, now you can pass it on, so to speak. Okay? That's how it's done. If you're living a spiritual lifestyle, aka right thinking philosophy, you're practicing to reach samadhi, to be enlightened. Same thing, okay, conceptually. You have to have knowledge of self, and as a master of self, that place that you achieve mastery and that nihas, the anointment, become Christ-like, you know yourself, samadhi. All right? We call spiritual enlightenment nihas. Hindus, Buddhists call it Nirvana, Mukti. You got a bunch of people calling a bunch of different names. Again, it still means the same thing. Inner peace, okay? Bliss. Finding that place that we all aspire to reach before we leave this earth, okay? I understand samadhi after living it, and I had no idea, but after watching and getting the understanding, man, that's right thinking. Samadhi, my butt. But it falls in line because it teaches you how to reach that place. of inner peace. All right. As I learned about the concept of Samadhi, it was the same thing I'm doing. So yeah, I love that's why I'm picking up on it because I just listened to it. Let me put it in my lesson because I would take concepts and interweaving them into what I do because it all falls in the same category. That's all knowledge. Samadhi, aka Nihas, you become an enlightened being, aka Haru, Christ, or ancient time Christos. All right, but it's all about you finding yourself, finding God within you. If you have knowledge of God, you have knowledge of self, and vice versa. I found out that I have experienced acts of Samadhi without even knowing it. Again, what you call it and how you identify it doesn't make a difference. It's what it really is. You becoming one with your maker consciously. I call it God conscious. Christians call it being prayed up. Born again, whatever you want, resurrected, whatever you want to call it. I'd rather prefer to use enlightenment. Knowing thyself, coming to understanding of who you are, where, and what God is for you as an individual. Best one I heard is God in my understanding. I like that one. Okay, that means at least you have an understanding. You experience Samadhi when you wake up spiritually. Again, it's nothing but the spiritual enlightenment, but it's some things that you have to do to reach and obtain Samadhi. That's the work that you see me put in on a regular basis, day after day after day. I live Maat principles. The results is Samadhi. Hello. Samadhi is being in a blissful state of mind, aka Hotep, peace, aka knowing thyself. You get there by using the principles of right thinking philosophy. We follow the Maat concept. Again, right thinkers, we get to experience Samadhi for themselves. When you obtain spiritual enlightenment, you are reached Samadhi. Simple. All right? I call it mastering, right thinking philosophy, self-mastery, okay? But it's the concept and the same thing as reaching Samadhi, becoming enlightened. Samadhi is the fancy word for being Christ-like, Haru, or anointed, okay? Different part of the country, different name, but the same concept. That's the concept I'm trying to get across. No matter what you do, how you do it, if it's divine, it's going to fall into the same category of things that you have to do. That's all. If you reach Samadhi in your lifetime, you will have put in the work. Again, it don't just happen. It don't just fall on you all of a sudden, I got Samadhi. No, you have to do things to earn it. Just like knowing thyself. Learning who you are is somewhat of a job, okay? Some of us make a career out of it. Some of us get it, move on, and do what we got to do. But finding yourself should be a priority for all of us, really. All right, where am I down here? Okay, next one is, they both are one and the same, a.k.a. right thinking philosophy. Right thinking philosophy leads you to Samadhi. So, right thinking philosophy will help you reach Samadhi for yourself by the work that you put in and the things that you do. It's all up to you. They have many different names for becoming into knowledge of self and obtaining spiritual awakening. Whatever you call it is still something that you have to do. It's a daily practice of doing the right thing. Right thinking philosophy is just one of the ways to become enlightened. Just one. There's many different ways. It's many different concepts. Understand that. I ain't saying, well, right thinking, ain't right thinking. No. Trust, it's just one way. That's all. When we all got to meet up at a certain point, we all get there by taking different routes. Same thing with enlightenment. You get to the top of the pyramid by taking different routes. But the key is to get to the top. Here we go. I'm almost done again. I appreciate you tuning in. It's getting long and long. To become enlightened, aka to wake up or open the third eye, Samadhi. Alright? It's not what they call it. It's more important to achieve it. And you can label it whatever you want. You can have whatever you like. When you get it right, you can call it what you want. I got lucky. Okay? Right thinkers live Maat. Again, to reach that state of Samadhi, enlightenment, anointing, nihas. I teach you to preach that all the time, but these are things that you have to understand. A different word don't change the concept of what you have to do to reach that state of bliss, nihas, anointment, okay? When you gain self-mastery, aka when you learn to know thyself, you have reached that level. That's all it is. I want to be grounded in my Samadhi state at all times. That means I want to walk in peace. I want to deal with peace. I want to handle every situation in peace. I've been practicing on that for the last few weeks anyway. See how things work around? I just called it getting better and maintaining my, my cool. They call it Samadhi. I call it Samadhi, but I'm still working on having that state of mind. That's all. All right. When you have balance and knowledge of self, things work out in your favor. Again, Samadhi. If you reap what you sow, and you believe that, when it becomes a way of life, you will only do what's right. You only do the good things, and when things happen, they will be in your favor, even when they're bad. Got a lesson for that too. Here you go. I know that I only know now from my experiences about this Samadhi, but looking back on it, ain't no different than what right thinkers do. Become better people. Live, do, and be, and your luck will change, your life will change. Things seem to be just a little bit better when you're living right. Trust Mr. Right. Yes, Maat and Samadhi are right thinking philosophy concepts also. We all think and use the same concepts to get where you want to go, which is to know thyself. That's the end all be all for right thinkers. I'll be back.